You know that amazing idea that's been rattling around in your head for a new app, maybe a cool project for your neighborhood, or just, a smarter way to do something? What if I told you there's a way to find out if it's actually any good? Like this week, and without spending a ton of money. Well, stick around because we're going to break it all down.
So, you've got the spark, right? The light bulb moment. But then, the big scary question hits. Okay, now what? Honestly, this is where so many great ideas just fizzle out, lost in that huge gap between thinking and doing. But what if that first step wasn't about raising money or writing a business plan? What if it was just about starting a conversation?
Turns out there absolutely is. We're going to borrow a little secret from the world of design thinking. It's a way to put your ideas to the test without needing a big budget or a team of engineers. It's a whole method designed to help you learn fast, fail cheap, and get real feedback before you go all in.
All right, let's get into it. The very first, most important step is to get that idea out of your head and into the physical world. And how do we do that? With something called a prototype. Now hold on, don't let that word scare you. Prototype sounds super technical, but it's really just a basic, hands-on version of your idea. It is not the final product. It's not supposed to be pretty or polished. Its only job is to be a tool that helps you learn. Think of it like a physical question that you're asking someone. I know what you might be thinking, but I'm not a designer. I don't have a 3D printer or any fancy software. Well, that's one of the biggest myths about this whole thing. Prototyping isn't about high-tech gadgets. It's about making a thought something you can touch. And I bet you already have everything you need to get started.
Seriously, look at this stuff. Paper, tape, some glue, maybe some aluminum foil or old cables from a junk drawer. That's it. These everyday things are your best friends here. You want to prototype a new app idea? Forget coding. Just draw the screens on a few pieces of paper. Boom, you've just made a prototype. It's that simple.
Okay, so you've built your super simple model. What's next? Well, this is where the real magic starts to happen. See, we're not just building something one time and calling it a day. We're about to jump into a powerful cycle of learning and improving.
This is so key. Getting your idea off the ground isn't a straight line from A to B. It's a loop, a cycle. You build, you learn, and then you build again, only a little smarter this time. And with every trip around this loop, your idea gets clearer, stronger, and just plain better. And here's what that loop looks like in action. Step 1, you build that quick and dirty prototype we talked about. Step 2, you hand it to somebody, a friend, a potential customer, and just watch. No explaining. Step 3, you listen. You soak up all their feedback, their questions, their moments of confusion, all of it. And step 4, you take everything you just learned and use it to make your prototype better. Then you do it all over again.
Let's be really clear on this. A prototype that just sits on your desk is basically worthless. Its entire reason for being is to be put in front of a real person. That interaction, that moment when you see what works and what totally doesn't, that's everything. That's the raw data that will shape your idea into something great.
And that really gets to the heart of it. The goal isn't to build a perfect prototype on the first try. That's impossible. The real goal is just to learn. Every piece of feedback, especially the criticism, is an absolute gift. It's an insight that pushes your idea forward and gets you closer to making something people actually want and need.
So we've covered building a prototype, and we've covered testing it. But there's one last piece of the puzzle. This is the secret ingredient, the thing that actually fuels the whole improvement engine. Think about it for a second. You get feedback from someone. How does that comment, I don't get what this button does, actually turn into a better prototype? What's the step that connects that feedback to the improvement? What's the real engine here? The answer is reflection. In design thinking, reflection isn't some final step you do at the very end. It's called a constant companion. It's the active, ongoing process of thinking about what you saw and heard. It's asking yourself, okay, why did they get stuck there? Or what's the real problem they're trying to solve? This is where the learning actually happens. This is the crucial bridge. Reflection is what lets you take all that messy, raw, human feedback and translate it into a concrete plan for the next version. It's that aha moment where you realize why they were confused and you decide to change the wording or move the button or maybe even rethink the whole thing based on what you just learned. And really, it all boils down to these 3 simple words. Build something, test it, reflect on what happened. This little mantra is your entire roadmap. It's how you go from a daydream to a real tested solution that actually works. Build, test, reflect. Say it with me. So what are you waiting for? Seriously, forget about having the perfect 5-year plan.
Just grab some paper, find one person to talk to, and start building. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's just progress. So what's that simple idea you're going to bring to life this week?